Hello everybody, I'm in the park again. Sorry for the not flattering light, but it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's almost getting dark. That's the way it is way up here in Northern Europe this time of year. I want to talk about independence first, Polish independence, because yesterday was Independence Day. And unlike many people, I did not go downtown and do the usual jumping about and celebration of independence that people do. But there were 100,000 people down there doing it for me, so I didn't have to do it this year. Anyway, I've been down there, I've seen it all in the center of Warsaw on Independence Day. And it's a huge celebration, sometimes a bit rowdy. You get some soccer hooligan types who get out of control. On both sides, both Antifa types and sometimes the village idiots who congregate and decide to try to stir up trouble, get some attention because mama didn't love them. At any rate, what I want to talk about is the importance of independence. We just had a big American election, as you all know, it just happened, and things are, well, they've been decided. They're not uncertain. They're certain in terms of the American legislature, presidency, and both houses of Congress. So, but I want to talk about, because one of the issues in the election, of course, was independence in the American election. And the problem is trying to be independent in a world that's dominated by bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is not democracy, he said. I said that. Hope you don't mind. But every now and then I come up with something that might be reasonably memorable. I've only been writing and doing journalism on TV and in print for 35 years. So, I don't know. Maybe I learned something along the way. A lot of times I wonder how much I have learned. Anyway, I do know this about Polish independence. Poland was the strongest country in Europe in the 1500s. That's the time of Shakespeare, Henry VIII, and Shakespeare, Queen Elizabeth I. That's when Poland was at its zenith. It was with Lithuania, they had a kingdom together, which was a very strong combination. In fact, they even put the Russians' nose out of joint and occupied Moscow even for a brief while at some point during this Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. In the 18th century, at the end of the 18th century, 1700s, Poland found itself occupied by the Russians from the east, from the south, the Habsburg Empire, the Austrians, etc., and from the west by the Prussians, because it wasn't Germany yet. That was 100 years away, or 80 or 90 years away in 1870. So, the unification of Germany. The point is that Poland disappeared from the map. It was occupied. I don't want to go into the occupation, that's a whole nother thing, because we're talking about independence. So they were not independent. Poland was dissected and controlled. And you talk about bureaucracy, the Germans and the Austrians and the Russians, I mean, they invented modern bureaucracy in those countries. States controlled by scribes serving the monarchy. Now, when we look at the rejuvenation of Poland, it comes on their Independence Day is on the 11th. Excuse me. Is on the 11th of November, okay? Why is that? Because it was Armistice Day in World War I. Armistice Day. That's when World War I ended officially. Okay. And that is the day, effectively, of Poland's liberation, because not long after that, Poland became independent again. Now, you can hear the leaves rustling. It's very nice here in the park with these leaves going. Sweet little park, in fact. They have a lot of these in Warsaw, where I am today. When I'm not traveling or in the States, I have a place in Warsaw. The thing is this. Poland was reconstituted after being not a country effectively from, say, 1790, 1795. I don't remember the exact date right now, but it's in that area. Poland didn't exist. Imagine if your country did not exist and then suddenly it existed again. You'd be pretty happy. And that's why they celebrate Independence Day so strongly in Poland. Not only that, but Poles have a history of even almost an anarchistic, libertarian, well, more libertarian, let's say, history of opposition to state oppression. And the people worry, the people say, oh, the last government in Poland was, bordering on fascism, or actually fascist, because, everybody's a fascist now, to the left, if you don't agree with their stupidity. Moderation's where it's at, of course, in politics as in all things. But they said the last government was too extreme. But Poles don't like extremity any more than people in other republics, because it's a republic here, like extremes. People want to make a living, educate their children, have some fun, have a little money for a holiday, and be able to buy some decent clothes and decent food, This is what people want, and this is what politics is all about, apart from the emotion and that gets stirred up by political leaders on both sides. Sometimes with a need, when the state is under great oppression, as it is during a war, but often to serve the ends of rabble-rousing politicians who want power. Well, all politicians want power. It's how they handle it once they get in, right? At any rate, Dzień Niepodległości. Niepodległości means independence. Niepodległości. That's what it is in Poland. And remember, another thing about independence, Poland was the first country to actually try to practice independence. In some ways, it may have led to their partition by Russia, Germany, Prussia, and Austria. But they did, in Poland, seek to have representative democracy. It's a very deep question. There's a lot of, it starts, like most of these movements, do several centuries before. Magna Carta in Britain, of course, with King John, back in the 1200s. And, Poland started elements of democracy under monarchy, even as far back as the 1300s with King Casimir, who welcomed all the Jews into Poland when they were under threat throughout Europe. Yeah, how about that? So that's a tradition that continues till today, actually, with trying to reestablish relations with modern Israel and Poland. I was just at the Jewish Film Festival in Warsaw, which is a festival of Jewish films, or films about Jewish subjects, I suppose you'd say. But that's another subject for another broadcast. I see that I got deep in thought and took my face away. I don't even like having my face that much in these things. It's kind of boring. I'll just show you a bit of the park here. It is lovely. And in the summer, spring and summer, it's amazing. But this is getting on November now, and it's not what it should be. Well, at its best, I could say it is what it should be, because it's the way it is this time of year. At any rate, it's a funny thing. As soon as you walk, someone will come. The park is empty, but as soon as I get out Does this happen to you? As soon as I get my camera out, people come start walking right for me. And then there's no one. They just, start walking right for me. Okay. That's all I had to say about Polish independence. You can read about it. Hey, look, like and subscribe my channel because I am posting regularly again. Forgive me for not posting for really until about last month. I had given it a break because I was making TV every day for 6 years. And when you're doing that, you get kind of tired of posting on YouTube when you have to do everything yourself. But I'm back. We have a podcast as well with my friend Nicholas. And what else can I say? That's all about independence. I want to talk about a few other things. I'm going to do a few short segments. One about the Jewish Film Festival. I'm going to do one about, and two very interesting films that were there. And then one about why the Democrats lost. Little inside information, but okay, you're saying big deal. I can see all this on YouTube. But also, I've worked in politics in the UK and in America. I worked for a senator early on, and I worked in by-election, particularly a very big by-election in England. So I've seen politics. I lived in Nicaragua. I knew Ortega's son a bit, and really was into the political situation from a business point of view. I didn't even write about it much. I'm doing that now. And I'll tell you some stories about Nicaragua if you like. There's got some wild ones. It's a crazy place with volcanoes everywhere. And I've seen politics also up close and covered it and written about it over 3 decades in Central Europe. So, a little bit. I know a little bit about politics from an observer. But, point of view, but just when you think you know it, it escapes like a slippery fucking eel. Okay, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, please.